Where you from? Man, I'm from down in the valley.
I got people trying to wish and pray that I'ma fall about it, all about it till we spoke in person. Don't wanna talk about it now, huh? Oh, you sound tough, toying with them, don't get wound up. How you wound up? Another number in the round up. Put the town up, built the sling up.
You mean like San Antonio? Nah, man, farther.
Got the east side flow. I'm a giant in the space like FIFA. All the kids
V's up, player.
Every time when they see my show, thinking that it happened overnight.
Let's start the show, Wattis.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Danny with Down the Valley Sports. I got my guy Roy here, and it's exciting times down at the UTRGV Fieldhouse. The Vaqueros have decided to hire Coach Brandon Chambers out of NC State with roots this Southland, with the time back at McNeese. What do you think about this hire, Roy? What stands out about Chambers and the staff he's built so far?
Yeah, it's big. It's big, right? We poached a NC State assistant with Will Wade ties and was
Mhm.
able to get him down to the Valley to really bring a big name, big splash. I mean, Chambers has been involved with. I mean, I have here 9 straight NCAA tournament appearances based on my search. He was a key piece of the McNeese 58-11 run. Started. As I believe a grad guy. It wasn't he started from the bottom and worked his way up. Winning culture, big on defense. So that to me is a huge one. I mean, you got a defensive-minded coach that's able to really build that brand, and then just a proven recruiter and a proven person that Will Wade trusts. Which Will Wade obviously comes with a different look than we're used to, but he's a Southland guy that's been
Yeah.
successful everywhere he's been. You layer that into Joey Rodriguez, J Rod, and like we were talking really quick right now, I mean, the guy's leaving his alma mater to come join a staff on an assistant coach. So that in itself, other than that part of the Final Four run that I was a fan of with J Rod at VCU, where he was one of the leaders, top three all time at VCU. Player development, coached at a bunch of different stops. Huge get there, and then he drops JoJo Anderson, right? Getting the Texas tie, getting that connection to recruiting. JoJo Anderson's was with NC State also, part of the staff, real big recruiting, also defensive guy, a young guy, really a focus on recruiting on these two hires. So nothing but excitement for Chambers. I mean, obviously Erickson was also in the mix, and we were hoping to see an internal hire, but not mad at this hire one bit. He's come with a lot of publicity when it comes to the coaches he's worked under. I mean, you got John Jones at Texas Southern. You got Eric Musselman giving him love already. We're talking about splash hire. Check. Absolutely a check. Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of coaches out there, and all the coaches are going to get love from their former places. But this resume is hot,
Mhm.
really hot, and just interacting with him on social media. This is a guy that is something to be excited for in the valley, and we got some really big things that I think are going to happen. So yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I've been doing research the last couple days trying to find more information, and every time I look at it, I feel better and better about it, which you're supposed to as a
Yeah.
fan. You're supposed to, as a fan page, start feeling better about something the more you look. So, long-winded answer, but yeah, green check mark if you want to go ahead and say that.
Yeah, what stood out to me is, speaking of like social media, because you get tagged and you're trying to follow and keep up with what's going on. And from all walks of life, all parts of the Twitterverse, you got people complimenting him and saying it's going to be a great opportunity for him, or that we, had a slam dunk hire with Chambers. I mean, to your point, it's not just like former, associates and players along with him. It's people from higher levels that cover this college basketball sport, saying like this is the right move for UTRGV to hire Coach Brandon Chambers, and the Texas ties with JoJo Anderson, J Rod. I mean, it takes a lot to leave your alma mater. I mean, that's home. There's no place like home. So it speaks to the level of trust and maybe confidence that J Rod might have in Chambers to take a chance to come down to the 956. V's up all the way. Let's go. So I'm excited about the hire as well. We got the press conference tomorrow. I want to hear what he has to say about the opportunity to come join us down here in the UTRGV at UTRGV.
Yes, sir. Excited to go to that. Excited to attend it and be in the building. I won't be wearing a tuxedo. Sorry. I will probably wear pants, which is unusual for me. But we'll throw the 501s on and get out there and represent,
Yeah.
and hopefully get to meet the new coach and
Hmm.
see what's cooking. This is a big deal,
Hmm.
huge deal for UTRGV.
Yeah.
Exciting times, especially with the basketball program coming out the season that they just came off of and doing a slam dunk hire just like this.
Yeah, yeah. So back to some of the research that you've been doing with Coach Brandon Chambers. Like, what sort of identity do you think Coach Brandon Chambers is going to bring to the UTRGV Fieldhouse? What can we expect to see?
I mean, everything I see is defense. Big defensive guy. I guess Will Wade, same thing environment. Looking at physical discipline, guard driven areas where you can really let the guards play. So I'm looking for a tough physical team that's disciplined, high level recruiting. I can already see it, right? You can already see the different ties and the different ways he's interacting with both players and different coaches and players from different areas. So I see us doing some really big things in recruiting. Really, I think it's going to be something where he has a chip on his shoulder, and it's not anything bad to have a chip on your shoulder. He's been waiting for this opportunity,
Hmm.
and he's been the assistant. He's been proven winners for a long time on good teams. So I
Hmm.
think he's going to provide that mentality with his coaching style and his staff to be able to win now. I don't see this as a 2 or 3 year thing to try to win in 2 or 3. I'm already thinking he's in the portal, thinking about who he's going to bring down. I'm already looking at the different players that are available. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some high major drop downs that have played for big schools that come down to see us in the next couple months, and we get those kind of commitments with his pedigree, with his background, and the things that he's going to be able to show and do. And then with the building of the identity of UTRGV, right? The last 2 years have brought us to a level we're not used to, right? Third in the conference in the Southland,
Hmm.
almost making the final and really taking the triple overtime to the proven winner and NCAA bid. There's a lot going on there, and I don't think this is a guy that's going to let that fall backwards. It's going to go forward, but it's a new coach, right? It's all good, and we're always going to say good things. But hey, I'm a realist. He's a first-time head coach, right? He's got to show us that he can build a program. He's got to show us that he's able to get behind the defensive adjustments and the offense adjustments. Not saying he can't, but that has to be shown, and that's with any coach. You're looking for that. So I'm really interested to see how he deals with that, how the players respond to him, and how he's able to build the rest of the staff. And then we got to talk about it, the portal guys. We're going to have multiple shows talking about not only our own portal guys, but the portal guys we're bringing in because we're
Hmm.
behind the 8 ball right now. So that's what I'm looking at as far as the identity. And then the assistants, we just, this is different. These are different assistants. These are high level guys. I mean, former players that have played and have name recognition. I mean, I knew who J Rod was right after they said it. I knew exactly who it was, right? So I'm a hoop guy, and but a lot of just hoopers know who he is. So that name in itself is going to bring some weight that he's down here, and let's go, man. I'm excited. I don't know if you can tell.
I like your point about reaching heights that maybe UTRGV has yet to uh, achieve or get to. Right, like last year we were top three in the conference. The top two. We played tough, but couldn't really get over the hump. And I like that Chambers comes in with familiarity with McNeese, who some would argue brought the Southland up a level, including Stephen F. Austin. No, no disrespect to the Lumberjacks. They had that big win over Duke not that long ago. So like they've set the standard. Stephen F. Austin and McNeese, and Chambers is very much familiar with setting that standard for them. So now that we've been elevated, he's going to help us sustain that success and keep us up there, or maybe overcome, the hurdle, the McNeese and SFA hurdle.
Yeah, and tomorrow I believe the transfer portal opens. So we're going to be busy this week, right? Because we're going to be tracking who's thinking about coming here, who's on campus, and then we got some ballers we want to keep, right? If
Yeah.
you're a top three team, you don't have chumps on our team, right? You know, the
Right.
3-2-3 boy, Gomez, my guy, right? You know, he's a 3-2-3 guy like me. J Dub, Jalen Washington, right? You know, the Brank, right? Is he back in Serbia? Where's he at? You know, can somebody get tabs on the Brank, right? You got Ricks, right? You got always right hit the portal. Cotton's getting high major looks, which makes me freaking happy. Excuse my
Yeah.
language.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it. I mean, he's tied to TCU, UCLA, Texas Tech. Like there's a bunch of rumblings on the stuff he's tied to. He's a 6'6",
That's great.
3-and-D guard, right? That has potential. I've been posting about him all day. I mean, it'll be tough to get him back, right? Because he's going to get that major money, major cheddar. But
Yeah.
we can keep on to some of the other ones and keep some of the core in. We have we can get another 6'6" wing, right? I mean, maybe not as good, but hey, you never know. What do we know? We don't know what recruiting is going to happen. So definitely want to focus on getting those players back in. I imagine they've already had conference calls. They already had talks with the school. They've already had talks with BC. I'm going to call him BC. I mean, it's easier to me, right?
BC.
So
Yeah.
I think that's all already happened, and he's already developing those relationships, identifying the talent that he wants to keep on, and then looking at building the talent. So he does not seem like a guy that's going to wait. I can just see it. It looks like he's going 100%. So yeah, we got a lot going on, man. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, exciting times down in Edinburg, down in the Rio Grande Valley. Appreciate y'all tuning in to talk UTRGV men's basketball. Hiring coach Brandon Chambers out of NC State, like we said, has ties back to the Southland. Looking up, things are looking up for UTRGV. And if you're tuned in, please like, follow, and subscribe. Take care, everybody. Bees up.